Hello everyone, welcome back to The Delusional Fan with Ryan McCloud and Chris Geraghty. Top 5 time this week. I went off one of Ryan's suggestions. Well, we kind of brainstormed on this. Don't say we brainstormed on this one. We were thinking we wanted to do kind of a worst or not top 5, which fine, but I really wanted to kind of categorize it. So what we decided to do is kind of like a top 5 backfire, top 5 fail, top 5 worst ever type of stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that's what we're doing this week. Top 5 fails, backfires,
and
worst ever.
You watch NFL Network a lot, right? Or no?
Not really. Not the network, no.
Well, did you notice at least on like ESPN for like 2-3 days straight they had a certain game on all day long? They're playing the Brett Favre Lions game, and then they played another Packer game. But we'll get into that later. I'll get into that in my top 5.
No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, dude, and that's actually when you brought up backfires. When you brought up that was definitely not a backfire that game. But when you bring that up, I was like, wow, that's a great topic. So yeah, I like the top 5 backfires.
All right, so Ryan, why don't you go ahead and start with this one?
So, and again, we didn't really have a criteria other than backfires. It could be any sport. It could be
whatever you want.
Anything.
Yep. Anything in sports.
And this one, I'm throwing in there as my number 5 just because I hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
But Belichick going for it on 4th and 2.
I forgot. Oh, I didn't include that in my list.
Is the best thing ever. It was like that's his ultimate backfire.
Oh yes.
And granted, like I think they showed the numbers that they did it all the time and they always converted. But yeah, dude, I laughed thinking about it.
So
4th and 2 on their own 28-yard line. It was a crucial game.
Yes.
Like that ended up being the deciding factor who got home field advantage, and they actually went on to the Colts went on to play in the Super Bowl that year. And so, yeah, ultimately he gave them home field advantage.
Oh, I love that one.
And he went on to lose in the Super Bowl to Drew Brees that year. And I'm actually, number 4, actually, I'm going blast from the past here. Mm-hmm. All right, this is actually an older one. Seen this several times. I've talked about how much I love NFL films. The Miracle in the Meadowlands. It's a good one. Yeah. You're familiar with that, right? Yeah. Well, dude, do you remember the circumstances?
Just describe the circumstances.
All right. So, New York Giants against Philadelphia Eagles. With Herm Edwards on that Philadelphia Eagles team, and he actually ends up making the crucial play. Eagles are down 17-20 with 20 seconds left.
Mike and Mike make him talk about this all the time.
Eagles have no timeouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I mean, this is a big one.
Yeah.
They could literally just kneel on the ball and end the game, and it's over. Yeah. They decide to run. They call a run play, and it's actually Larry Sanka who ends up fumbling the ball. Mm-hmm. It was on a botched handoff. Apparently, and I'm looking it up, trying to get details on it. I remember this. I wanted this to be in there. I'm looking up details, and Larry Sanka, I guess, apparently in the huddle is like, "Why the fuck are they giving me the ball?" And then the botched handoff, like it was doomed from the get-go. Anyway, Herm Edwards picks it up. Stumbles into the end zone, 26-yard or something, return for a touchdown to end that game. Yep. So that was a good one, too. You kneel. All right, that's the lesson from that. Yeah, Herm Edwards ends up with the clutch play.
Well, there's a reason they call it the victory formation.
Right.
We're about to win.
Dude, you just kneel.
Take a kneel.
I cannot imagine for all the boneheaded plays that Mike McCarthy has called in the past for that to happen, dude. Like, I would never let that down. I threw a trade in here for my number 3.
Okay.
So it's still a backfire, right? Like I went a different route.
Yeah, any bonehead.
And this is just one that we haven't talked about, and this is an interesting one that Seattle Supersonics trading Scottie Pippen for Olden. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Olden. Who the fuck is named Olden?
Yeah.
Like that alone led to 6 championships for Chicago. You would have had arguably, and granted, there's always the what if.
Hall of Fame.
Never play with Jordan. They never have the triangle. They never play
great anyway.
I agree. Scottie Pippen was going to be great no matter what. And they traded a Hall of Famer for a 5th-round pick in a guy who was out of the league in like 3 years. Oh. So ultimate backfire there.
I like that one. I like you brought
this one. I think this one has to be on your list. I mean, at least if I was in a football mood, a lot of mine are football. Number 2, Marty Mornhinweg. Calling, it was against your Bears.
Yeah.
Calling to kick the football in overtime as opposed to receiving it in a time when we still had sudden death.
Not on my list, but good one.
Dude, out of the 27 losses he had in 2 years, this is how he like capped it off. This is like his trophy. This is like his. I want to be remembered as the worst ever.
Right.
So I'm gonna deflect and I'm gonna kick the ball in a sudden death overtime. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Bears go on. There's no. I don't care. Again, this goes back. That's just as bad as running the ball.
No, it's similar to your Bill Belichick one. Your number 5, trusting the defense.
Yeah, and I guess but Bill Belichick, again, that was on their own 28-yard line.
His offense.
Yeah, he was trusting his offense there. But I get what you're saying. Yes, I get what you're saying there. That's like the biggest blunder in NFL history, dude. Nobody ever kicks in sudden death overtime. Obviously, different circumstances now. You still, by the way, would never kick now, even when the other team gets another chance. Right? So
you would always want the ball first, I would think. Unless your quarterback maybe goes down and you have a number 1 defense.
Of course. And yeah, and
you just got to hope for a turnover or something. I mean, here, let's put it this way. Packers are playing and Rodgers goes down at the very end of the game. You've got seriously, you've got a guy who hasn't played it down yet coming in for overtime.
Sure.
And you have a good defense?
I still don't think you do.
I just think there's such a drop-off.
Look, even if they win that game, he's a psycho.
Yeah.
He's insane for calling that.
I agree.
Okay, so number 1, and this is the game. This is 2003 wild card Seattle Seahawks at Green Bay. Mm-hmm. You actually mentioned it, but this is a game that I've been watching over and over and over again here.
Okay, yeah.
This is the ultimate backfire,
awesome.
Dude. Talk about your all-time backfire.
This is awesome.
So in that game, great game by the way.
Yeah.
That was an amazing game. They're back and forth.
Sean Alexander had 3 touchdowns.
I remember being so frustrated with the defense in that game, letting up big plays. Matt Hasselbeck carved us up, and I mean he had a little chip on his shoulder.
He had in that game.
He had a little chip on his shoulder too, coming back to Green Bay, being a backup behind Favre, getting to play against Favre, and he did. He carved us up in that game. It ends up going to overtime, and it's the famous words of during the kickoff, and he says, and again, I've been watching this. I watched it 4 times, I feel like, and they talked, behind the scenes, him talking about the game, and he said I didn't expect it to be picked up on the mic for 70,000 people to hear and millions at home.
It was.
He's like, I thought it'd be funny and the guys would laugh about it. But he leans into the mic and says, we want the ball, we're going to score. And he then proceeds to throw a pick 6 to Al Harris. A
51 yards.
52-yard return for a touchdown. So
great.
That's got to be you talk about your all-time backfires, that has to be number 1.
I love that one.
That is a great one.
It's not my number 1, but that's the only one you and I have on.
Okay, cool.
List.
Very cool.
Yes. I love that one.
Yeah, it's one of the best ever.
Okay, fantastic. All right, my number 5 is old school. I went NFL films like you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was one of the first things I think I can even ever remember watching NFL films. It was in their Follies. They used to do NFL Follies all the time, and it was Jim Marshall's Wrong Way.
That's like where they got big, was through their Folly videos at the early stages. Films. Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember the Jim Marshall Wrong Way play? Have you ever seen that?
The Wrong Way. Yes, dude. It does sound familiar. Go ahead. Explain it.
You'll love it because you're a Packer fan. This is Vikings like meltdown stuff.
Yes, no, and I do remember
Jim
this,
Marshall is was one of the greatest players of his time. So yeah, he picks up the ball and runs it into his own end zone.
Yes, I do remember this play.
And then he does you remember him doing that with the ball and stands and then he kind of stops for a second.
Right, most deflated person you've ever seen. Yeah.
So yes. Jim Wrongway Jones or Jim Wrongway Marshall is probably that's got to be my number 5. The reason it is because of the throw at the end. If he'd maybe stopped and then something happened and somebody tackled him because he realized, but the fact that he's right,
and he emphatically throws the ball, right.
Dude, fantastic, great one. So yes, Jim Marshall's my number 5. Okay, number 4. Now. I struggled with this one because I really, really like my 1 through 4s. It was really hard to kind of place them. I'm sorry, my 2 through 4.
Okay.
Really hard to place. So you could technically say 2 through 4 could all be jumbled up. So I'm just going to put them in any order. I'll do 4 as the Matt Hasselbeck. I was going to do it 3, but just because we had them the Matt Hasselbeck, we want the ball, we're going to score, and then Al Harris.
That's your number 4, right?
That's my number 4 with his dreadlocks flailing behind him.
Dude, it was one of the best games ever in the history of my Packer fandom. Yeah.
Okay, number 3 then. And this was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Ever. Bill Grammatica. Does that?
Oh, yeah, no, this is a great one. Absolutely. And he was such a prick, too.
He hit a first quarter field goal.
Like,
first quarter.
He's starts cartwheeling, like, yeah, right. Yeah.
Lands wrong and tears an ACL.
Right, done for the year, yes.
Dude,
I forgot about that. That's a great.
It was a rookie.
Yeah, dude, that's a
rookie.
Great. All the Grammaticas can rot. They all suck, right.
Just because it was so freaking funny. And you know what? As a Bear fan, I can do it. We had a lineman do I wish I could do it for the camera. That celebration, a guy from the Lions and a guy from
the jump, the hip thrust,
thing,
right.
And then tearing an ACL.
Houston, right?
Dumb stuff. Houston didn't do it. It was.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name.
I'm pretty sure it was Houston, man.
I'll look it up. But,
okay.
The Grammatica one. I mean, a kicker making a first quarter field goal.
I totally agree, and I did forget about that. That's spectacular.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 2. I thought why this isn't on your list, I don't know.
I'm thinking of another one now too, and hopefully it's not on your list. Go ahead.
Why this isn't on your list, I don't know.
Okay.
Packers Seahawks scab refs. The worst call in NFL history.
Yes.
I'm a Bear fan. I had even texted to my Packer friends.
But that's a backfire? That's a backfire on like the NFL refs then? Like the NFL is a league?
Bad everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Complete backfire.
More like decision to.
We're gonna let the referees hold out. We've got these scabs that are gonna do a great job. You have a. It was the worst call I've ever seen in NFL history.
Absolutely. And I agree. I didn't think of that as a backfire, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
I had written a little thing to describe the play to people. Now that you understand what I'm talking about, it's not on your list, which is perfect for me.
Yeah.
I want you as a Pack fan to describe watching that play, what you thought.
I can't. I'll get sick.
I'll
vomit on the table on your Russell jersey.
Just tell me about it. Tell me about it.
What do you want me to say? Russell Wilson.
I want to know first of all why that's not on your list.
Again. I don't consider that a backfire. I mean, if you're talking about like league standards,
Hail Mary, man.
No, but again, it's not like again. Mine are based on like decisions that people made that backfired on them. Whereas
those decisions are pretty
no, but the decision was they called it a touchdown. If you're talking about the refs, then I hear that as a backfire, dude. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And people like you, I've brought that up on the show, and people like you tell me, well, it was one game and it didn't affect anything. But it did. It affected everything.
It was damn hilarious because it
affected everything.
It affected a state.
Absolutely. It affected a state. It affected playoff outcomes. So,
that's my number 2.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that.
My number 1, I really thought you and I were. I really thought we were here on this one, and we weren't.
Okay.
Not even close.
Yeah.
But it's fine. This is, I guess, maybe this might fall into just a bonehead decision.
Sure, it's mostly mine.
And I'm going to say 2 words. Sam Bowie.
Sure. Dude, yep.
Your team's not great. You get the number 1 pick in the draft.
So you did it, yeah.
You got a pretty exciting draft going on here, right?
Right. Got an exciting kid out of North Carolina.
It's just some kid out of North Carolina.
But I don't trust him.
Not sure that's the guy we should take. Let's take the guy that's going to flake out of the league in the next 3 years.
Yes, right. That's similar to absolutely.
It's probably the biggest draft blunder in NBA history.
It's up there. And I didn't put that on here because I've talked about it before. It's been on my list before as one of our top 5s, just for whatever reason. Or what ifs, I think.
Here's the thing, though. You can't completely blame Portland only because maybe they had their heart set on Akeem and Houston had first pick. Like who knows? Like why things happened the way they happened.
Why? Yeah.
But your second pick, and you take Sam Bowie.
Yeah.
Over Michael Jordan.
Hindsight's a bitch, isn't it?
It's a mother of a bitch.
Yes. Yep.
So that's my all-time number 1 bonehead backfire.
So go through your 5 again. What was it?
So I had Jim Marshall.
Yep.
I went Hasselbeck. Grammatica, which was just in all its
glory.
Wonderful ACL tearing glory.
Right.
I had the Scab Refs in the Green Bay Seattle
Scab
game.
Refs. Okay, right.
And then Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan.
Very good.
Yeah.
The one I thought of while we were sitting here talking was, and granted it's just because it was a funny play. Maybe we should do our top 5 like funniest plays. But the butt fumble.
Oh God!
How did neither of us have the butt fumble?
Because
it's like quarterback draw. I've got this.
It was so impromptu. It wasn't a draw though. He dropped back the pass. He's like, oh God, what are we gonna do?
I got this. Right.
Maybe top 5 I shouldn't have been here in the first places.
He runs directly into his ass. He doesn't need to run there. He could go any other direction.
That's one of those things, you can do a GIF or a GIF, whatever you want to call it. You can put it on my screen in front of me, and I could sit there for an hour just watching it over and over again.
How did he do that? Right.
I wouldn't even be the how.
And he fumbles.
Watching him run into the guy's butt.
He didn't have to fumble.
No.
Like, it's really not that big of a deal, but he coughs it up, running into this guy's ass.
But he hits it so hard it also depletes him.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Pancake. Pancake off his ass, fumble, and balls in the air, turnover.
I'm so glad.
One of his many.
I'm so glad.
Yeah. We got to do some more not top 5s.
I want to know what you guys think were great bonehead not top 5s.
There's plenty that we didn't think of, or that we just.
I'm glad we only had one that was the same.
I agree. Yep.
But let us know on social media what you guys think about the top 5 this week. When we come back, we've got some special stuff. What are we doing when we come back?
We're going to do our version of buy or sell. We're going to do a little pitch or purchase.
Pitch or purchase?
Pitch or purchase.
So the Delusional fans version of pitch or purchase. We'll be right back.